I welcome you once again, and we expect and we look forward to much more awareness from this session. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Malvika. It's a pleasure to connect with all the participants from IITM who have joined today afternoon for this session. As she rightly said, I think that awareness is like a sun which uncovers the dust from and brings light to the things, and unawareness or illiteracy about especially financial matters may lead to a lot of problems. So freedom in this respect, I think literacy, we also believe at Evoke India that that financial literacy is like a life skill. Many of people who are not functionally literate, who may not know how to read and write, but if they only know how to calculate their earnings and how to do their savings, some panwala or who is maybe illiterate has become multimillionaire just by virtue of his financial literacy, understanding about business and numbers and finances. So anyways, welcome to all the participants, and to our colleague Mr. Sanat Bharadwaj also, and the faculty members and students from the IITM. So I would just share a few slides. I'm just sharing my screen, and then after that I'll hand it over to Mr. Sanat for taking it forward for a deeper interaction with all of you. And also I would want from you all is that, just a moment, give me a second to first share the screen, and then is my screen visible and I'm audible clearly to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks a lot. So this today's session is being organized for IITM with Delhi, New Delhi, for on the topic with BSc and Evoke India Foundation. Just to give you a brief about our organization, from 2012, after my corporate career of 23 years, I started this institution. The objective has been how we bring finance to the core of everybody. Although finance is already at the core of everyone, every human life, but still a lot of people believe that no, finance is not my function, finance is not my cup of tea. But everyone who has some money in his pocket has to have to deal with finance and understand finance. So that is our mission, and we have been working for different. I think there's someone who's doing some annotations, which I'll have to stop just a moment. Let me just stop this. Okay, just give me a second. I'm just trying to remove the drawing on the screen. So we have been doing this for multiple segments, as Dr. Malvika was sharing this now, for underprivileged, to farmers, to women groups, to students, to government servants, police departments, and all other. What we believe is that from birth to the last moment of life, finance is very, very important, and most of us spend whole life of ours only in terms of how we earn more. But what we have already earned, what this money is doing, we hardly pay any time or attention on that. So that is where is our role starts. We want to tell you some basic concepts, how you should also spend some time on seeing where is your money lying, what is it doing, वो पैसा मेरा बढ़ रहा है कि घट रहा है. You don't have to be an economist or a commerce PhD to understand that, but you have to be practical in terms of learning few concepts. So why we need these sessions, these kind of webinars? I think SEBI has been quite focused in terms of making everyone understand that investing in security markets is not everyone's game, but how investors' interests are protected. So these are the kind of preventive measures which we take. Number two, you take informed financial decisions. Any decision you have to take in financial matters, if you know about few basic things, you will take a right decision. And thirdly, whether the product which you are buying, is it suitable for you, your father, your grandfather, your young generation. So suitability of the product for particular age group, risk appetite and all is also very important. Many people miss that, and that's why every day on the newspapers or websites you see so many frauds, so many scams happening. So these are some of the reasons why these programs are important. Now, before I move further, also would like to share a couple of surveys which have happened in the recent past. One is a survey by Economic Times BFSI, which talks about millennials. Some of you would be in that age bracket of 22 to 36, which is also called Gen X. Now, what it found that these are the nation's biggest spenders because these people are recently in the job and they actually, as soon as they land up a job, हर एक का मन करता है कि पहले पैसे जो आए उनको खर्च किया जाए थोड़ा पैसों को. So they are the spenders, biggest spenders. But also the survey found 60% of them think that investment is necessary. Now, if investment is necessary, they believe if they have knowledge also, they will do well, they will create wealth. But if they have half knowledge or no knowledge, then they might land up in trouble, and which they will realize when it is too late. So that is very important to get into this knowledge. Number 2 survey is from Tata Capital survey, which was done for Gen Z. Gen Z is 18 to 25 years age group people. I think most of you would be in this age bracket, I believe. Now, what this said is that 34% invest in banks, option A. Option B, 19% in mutual fund. Option C, 17% in insurance. Option D, 17% in gold and property. Option E, 8% in equity shares. And option F, 6% in company bonds, etc. Now, let me just ask you this question. How many of you invest in which option? So just write on chat box your option A or A and B or B and C or only B or only D, whatever. Just write that. I'll just check that so that it'll give us some insight into whom are we interacting, and at least whatever is your understanding. If you have some amount of savings to parents you have seen, or you have done some investments. So where do you invest? You only invest in banks, right? A. If you invest in mutual funds, say B. So I think rather than typing a lot of words, you can write A, B, C, or B and C, or C and D, whatever is written on the screen. I think now I'm getting answers. Sarthak, Karthik, Sarthak is written C and D. Okay, so some answers have started coming in. B and D. Okay, Ridhima, Akanksha, Raghav. So a lot of answers are coming. Ashish, Anchal. Okay, B and D. Ujita. Okay, Urvashi saying A. Shalini saying C and D. Okay, fine, good, very good. So we are seeing that Prachi, Raunak, Srishti, a lot of you are responding, which is very good. I think a lot of you are investing, haven't invested but interested. Okay, in BND, Sandeep is saying, Umang. Okay, very good. Antariksh is saying BND. Because this age group we have been seeing a lot of activity, and which is where I'm happy to see that a lot of you are answering this. Bharti is saying A. So bank, of course, a lot of you are investing in banks. Mostly will be at least keeping your money in banks. Raghav is saying B and E. Okay, Vansh is saying A. Akash is saying equity E. Okay, Navam is saying A and B. Right. So I think I have got a lot of answers. Vansh again. So I will just try and move ahead on this. So what it gives me a picture when I've asked this question is that how many of you actually are investing, number one. Number two is that what is your exposure in terms of your investing habits. So that gives me some insight कि आप लोगों का कुछ लोगों का ऑफ कोर्स म्यूचुअल फंड भी है, इंश्योरेंस भी है, बॉन्ड्स, सिक्योरिटीज, इक्विटी में भी कुछ लोगों ने इन्वेस्ट किया है. So we'll move ahead. So our role here is to tell you more about financial planning basis the other asset classes beyond banking, which is what Mr. Sanath will also talk about. Another question I want to ask you before I move further is that a lot of youngsters these days are now getting into a new concept called FIRE. FIRE means financial independence and retire early. मैंने 10-15-20 साल काम किया, उसके बाद या जॉब किया या बिजनेस किया, उसके बाद मुझे अपना कुछ करना है, which is like more to do with my passion, my hobby. Whether I like doing photography, I like doing bungee jumping, mountaineering, or writing a book, or playing guitar, or whatever. Whatever I love doing, I will not work for money now because I have accumulated enough money. So that's a new concept which is called FIRE. So now let me ask you a question. What is the age you think you will retire in that sense of the term? Not retirement means sleeping and eating, but retirement in the sense that you want to. So what is your age? 40, 50, 50, 60? What age you want to take that break and start doing something of your own? So now someone is good interesting answers I can see here. 50, 45, 56. Okay, Navam is saying 80. Good. So yeah, so a lot of people say I don't want to retire, but I don't mean to say that the retirement means nothing. You know, that's where Shivangi is saying 40, Shivam 60. Okay, good. So a lot of answers 45. A lot of people are saying about 60, 40. So again, Shrishti is saying 40, Shrishti, Narayan. So there are two Shrishtis here. Okay, Vashistan. So 40 and 70. Urvashi is saying 60. Okay. I want to start my own. That's good. So that another question which I can ask you later, wants to be on, on own and job. So that's another question. But you know what we love doing, if we land up into something like that and we succeed in that, nothing like it. That's like ideal thing to happen. But what is very important, and why I'm asking this question, is that when you're saying that you are wanting to retire at 45, 50, 35, have you planned for it? Have you looked at the risk part of it? And that is where the financial freedom might get, you know, impacted. And that is the age, where whatever age you are saying that you have accumulated so much that now you can live your life the way you want without worrying for money. You will work. I'm not saying you'll not work, but you will work for your own passion. If you get money, well and good. Don't get much money, it's so good. But and that is a stage which is called financial freedom. You have arrived. You are financially free, which is what is the age. But the problem is that at every age there is a risk, and which is where uh, your knowledge comes into play. That if you are from very starting, you are starting to plan it well, I think you will be happily achieving that goal soon. So now let me ask you another question. A lot of you may be getting pocket money or a stipend, a scholarship, or some extra income from whatever you are doing. So how many of you earn not 10K but 5,000 plus? So say yes, Y or N. Just write Y. If you earn 5, just write 5 plus. Say Y. If you don't earn 5,000 plus, say no. I'm sure everybody has some pocket money, but just want to understand that so that we can connect it to later, that thing. So that will be also good. Okay. So a lot of you saying why, which is good. Some of them know also. That's okay. Whatever money you're getting, even 100, 500 also per month, because you have expenditure. Everybody is spending some money at least. So parents are giving, and you are earning something from your own, small internships or small activities or small freelance, whatever. With your studies, you get some stipend. Parents also give. So okay, good. Some of you have written yes, some of you written no. So all this I'm just telling you now why we are talking about COVID, and we are actually in the midst of the COVID, almost at the fag end of COVID now, seemingly becoming like something like going. All this is a history, but it's still very well important to look at the history and see that how this has impacted. This time it has been a health calamity, but has impacted economics or financial part of it very, very badly. So God forbid anything like this again happens, will you be ready when you are 40 years of age? And that will depend upon how you plan today. We actually, when we do a physical program, we also distribute this My Financial Diary, which is created by Evoke India Foundation. And we ask people to write down your plan in this. While my colleague Divya will just share that a soft copy at it online, she will upload it. You can download if you wish. You can take a printout if you wish, or you can use a soft copy. But the point is that preparedness is very important for any such kind of calamity or crisis, which is very important. How you can, navigate through these turbulent times. Now, let me ask another question, last question of my session before I hand it over to Sanat, is that how many of you want to do a, so if people wanting to do job, write J, and business, write B. So job, people should write J, and business should write B. Okay, very good. So quickly, some good answers. B, J. Okay, Srishti, Yash. Okay, fine, very good. Akash is saying B. Job, both. Okay, very good. Achal, okay. So a lot of people start with job, then do business, which is also good. I think very good because, but otherwise, Raunak is saying starting with J and then B. They're right. So J and B is also a good way to do that, because you learn the ropes and then you start your own, which is very nice. I was actually doing not a session. I was delivering my address to people in Christ University last year, September, and about 1,500 students in the auditorium, and I asked the same question, and some of the hands got raised, but I were to explain there how my journey from an employee to an entrepreneur happened, and it's been a wonderful journey. It requires a lot of courage to start afresh as a business, but when you have done both, I think then you have perspective of both and you can appreciate both. So very good. I think a lot of people are actually writing that they will be doing both or they'll be doing business. So that now, and that's where I want to just highlight this slide, not giving you more gyan or detail, because it will all, as they said, devil is in the detail. So how you go, because this session of 1 hour is not going to give you anything which is going to completely prepare you for such eventuality. It will only give you a kind of a primer, or I would say kind of a roadmap. If you note down 5, 6, 7 things, and then of course you will have a Q&A session. You want to ask any questions, then you will also get to learn from us what we want to tell you. So how you turbulate such times, navigate turbulent times. So navigating through that this is important. Have you made a plan? Even if you have 500 rupees, have you started making plan? You will say, why should I make a plan for 500 rupees? But that's where when a child is born, and as soon as he's walking and crawling, you need to, teeth have come, you start brushing your teeth, and then you have to build that habit of brushing the teeth every day. So habits have to be formed early in life, and which is where we are telling you this, that how you are taking expert help, how you are understanding the risk and some concepts which you will be told in some time. How are you now with the digital acceleration? How have you adopted yourself? I'm sure you all from IT field will be doing that very well. Businesses also, whole model has changed. Paradigm shift has happened there. A lot of disruption has happened in the industry. And there also cost of funds, return on investment, some concepts which are very basic for entrepreneurs have to be understood. If you listen to a lot of CMDs of companies, those who are very good. I was listening yesterday to a CMD of a company whose IPO is coming in next few days. Now, this gentleman is so much clear about the financial concepts, and that could, give you a insight that why this company is so good. Because as a CMD, as a chairman, as a CEO, if you're not knowing finance, I think you are not well prepared. We are not ready to take that. So these are a few of the points how you can navigate. And of course, now I would not, I think, take it further. I will just stop here, and I will ask further, because the detailed presentation will be done by Mr. Sanath. And any question you have, you can of course put it on my chat box. I will answer it later at the program. And I would now hand it over to Mr. Sanath to take it forward from here, who is already there. And of course, over to Dr. Malvika for introducing the speaker. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. All right, so I'll just take a moment for introducing our next speaker today, Sri Sanath Kumar Bharadwaj. He's a professional trainer and CPE trainer for 3 modules for NISM. He is the external communicator on finance for stock exchange and is a resource person as content writer for NISM. His training competence and domain specialization include mutual fund, capital market, debt market and derivative market, fundamental analysis and behavioral finance, banking, insurance and currency segment, functional analysis, soft skills and functional skill set. Now we welcome you, sir, and we look forward for further learning on the same path. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, and good afternoon to all of you.
Good afternoon.
I believe I am audible to you.
Yes, you are.
Okay, fine. So a lot of things have been already discussed, and from here I am starting. So I have some basic understanding about the crowd that I'm having, my audience that I'm having. All of you, I believe, are quite young, ambitious, and okay, and also some experienced people are here. Fine, great. So, and ambitious also. Ultimately, what we say, finance is the end game in the life. Whatever we do, whatever profession you are into say law, or you are into a medical, or you are into engineering, or into management, or basically into finance or banking, anywhere you remain there, at the end of the month, whatever we earn, things start building up like this: income, savings, expenses, investments. So these are the words that comes into our mind, whatever profession we are into. Normally, people, those who are not into the field of finance, they find it very difficult. But I tell you, it's not difficult, but it's very, very important. Why? I will share with you a couple of things through demonstration. That is a better way because we are using technology. So let me use these things. I normally say I'm sharing one screen before you. Let me share Excel first of all. I think you all must have seen this Excel and must have been using this Excel. Why people should invest? This is the first question that people ask. Normally, the new generation, they will normally say, ultimately, let us enjoy the life. Jindagi ki luft uthaye, mauj udaye. So why should we save? And if we do not save, then naturally we will not be able to invest. So saving and investments are the two components that is the most desired, but normally we ask this question. Saving kare, बचत करें तो क्यों करें और निवेश करें तो क्यों करें? No, I am speaking pure Hindi also for those who would like to listen Hindi. Fine. So saving and investments are related to two words only. One is your inflation and second is your power of compounding. And I will demonstrate you what I mean to say, and I believe this will open the Pandora box here. You can ask me question, whatever you feel like. I think you can write in the chat box. I will see the chat box, or you can also ask me question by unmuting yourself. Fine. So I wrote here, one is inflation and the second is power of compounding. And see a little bit of what I'm writing now. Now, I will show you what I mean to say. I'm 50-year-old man. I'm 50-year-old man. And I was at one point of time just 20-year-old. So you can say I have traveled through 30 years of my life. No. And these 30 years of my life were quite productive, I will tell you. While I was at the age of 20 year, you know, I used to buy milk at the rate of, I will tell you, at the rate of 2 rupees 20 paisa. I'm putting it 2 rupees for my convenience. No. And now I'm buying the same milk, a little, I say inferior quality milk, even I will say it's the rate of 40 rupees. In 30-year time, this is the real game that has changed. No. So let me calculate the inflation. And this will make us to understand why actually we need to make investment. Now, this is 30-year period. I believe you must have been using these Excels, no? And you must use it because ultimately finance and the new generation working, no? This is nothing but simple use of calculation, computation calculation. And you look at the number. This is coming nearly 10.5%. If I expand the number, just wait, Hannah. It is coming 11. No, it's a 10 point. No, you can see this is 10 point. So 10.5%. This is inflation. Imagine the milk price has gone up by 10% in the last 30 years. If we do not save at the point of time, well, I was at the age of 20 year, imagine the kind of thing that I have to face. Now, sincerely, if you ask me another question, that today you are 50 years, sir, what is your per month expense? What kind of lifestyle you maintain? I say, suppose I am maintaining a lifestyle worth rupees 40,000. So this is my lifestyle expenses today. Simple, middle class and ordinary lifestyle. No, 40,000 is a simple, ordinary lifestyle, 40,000 rupees. And what you are planning henceforth from now, I will say, let us plan for 30 years more, 80 years, 25 years more. So there's a 75 years. Let us plan for 30 years. So today I'm 50 years. I'm putting it like this. No, let us make it a little beautiful over here. Fine. So another 30 years, so I will say 80 years. So that makes it that after 30 years, how much money I need to maintain this kind of lifestyle? No, you will say something has to be considered is that ultimately there will be inflation. No, there will be inflation. And we assume inflation to be, let us say 4%. Not just an assumption. You can say, why did you choose the 4%? It's my call. You tell me you want to see the 5%, I will do computation on the 5%. This is called financial planning. These parts of life are all uncertain. We do not know. So when we do this kind of calculation, anticipation, assumption, no, we should be reasonable, logical, and it should be correct to the estimation. Fine. So let us say we have taken the inflation to be 4%. Assuming this, we'll change it also depending upon the, if any one of us ask here. So what kind of life expenses we are going to see down the line 30 years. So I make it like this. So this could be for you also, gentlemen. Many of you might be planning your life. No, you said, some of you said that I want to retire after 20 years, 30 years. So suppose you are maintaining lifestyle today of 40,000 rupees per month. And after 30 years, inflation is say 4%. So the present lifestyle of 40,000 needs to have a compensation of 40,000 per month, 1,30,000 rupees. That means if you have spent 1,30,000 rupees after 30 years from now, if the inflation is 4%, then you are most likely to meet the lifestyle that you are maintaining today. No improvement. I believe you are getting my point. Why we should save? Why should we invest? The reason behind this is that there is inflation in the system. And all of us are infected. And all of us are infected, exposed to this inflation. Why? Because ultimately we have to see that we are able to either earn this much, or we are able to build up our savings in a manner that the cash flow at this point of time can take care of this kind of requirement. Two things I said. One is that you build up your skill set in a manner that you are able to earn this kind of income out here. Very difficult. No, suppose you are today, some of you could be 20-year-old. No, some of you could be 20-year-old, I believe. And let us say you are planning for 50 years. No. So either you build up your skill at this point of time in such a manner that you are able to earn this kind of thing. Then in that case, if it happens, you earn this much, you spend every money, no problem. But nobody is sure about how the things, because this part is absolutely uncertain part. So nobody is sure about how we are going to earn, how we are going to adopt a skill, how we are going to compete with the rest of the market in terms of the skill that we have, and then the value of a skill that the market will give you tomorrow. So the safest certain thing is that you should build up a small savings. Why? Because that saving will be so much here. How much I will tell you, it should be big enough that the income arising out of this capital can take care of the rest of your life. And that is what you can lead a retired life. Retired life is not that you are not earning. Retired life is that you are earning and enjoying and spending. That's a retired life. After retirement also, you feel like working. Yes, you said you should work. No problem. You earn, you want to earn, you can earn, no problem. But you are free from any kind of a encumbrance. That is the retired life. You can decide your own course of life without much of interference from the others outside. That is the retired life. More beautiful. No? I'm also a retired person now. 50 years, I took a retirement some 5 years back. It's a 45 year phase I took the retirement. So, fine. So this is what I say is inflation. And I will tell you what it means and why this word, you remember, I think somewhere you must have been told in your colleges, no? That power of compounding is supposed to be the 8th wonder on the earth. And this statement was given by none other than the Einstein. So why did he say so? And his genius brain must have seen something in the 3 letters, 3 sentences, 3 words. No. So what he saw here, we'll see this, we'll see those. First of all, inflation. I trust you must have made up your mind what I mean to say, what is called your lifestyle expenses. So if you are planning something, then always be careful about the lifestyle expenses. This is imperative. This is necessity. We cannot say no to this. Number one. Number two, we do not know what kind of inflation will be down the line. So we should be more close to a consultant, an advisor, or could be also ourselves. We can be equipped to know this. That's a separate area. We will not discuss much into this. The second is that if you start saving today, then you can build up your corpus tomorrow. Yes, correct. You can build up your corpus tomorrow. Say somebody here, I'm missing all the names that you said, all the beautiful names. No. So suppose some of you would be in this kind of age group. I'm doing something and you can make it known. I do this Excel before you because you can see it on your side before your computer. No, that's a little easier. Suppose you have got today, how much? Let us say 2 lakh rupees, a small amount. For you, a small amount. For me, it's a very big amount. For you, it's a small amount. For me, it's a very big amount. So I am making it like this. So 2 lakh rupees. 30 years down the line. No, 30 years down the line. Why I'm showing this to you? Because many of you say that, sir, I invest in, say, banks. So I will say, if you invest in bank, for next 30 years, you should expect something like a 5% return. I will write here word approx. No, I will write here word approx. Where should I write? I should write here. No, it's all approx, because tomorrow, whatever I am doing is all uncertain. I tell you one thing. I started my career in 1990. 1990. And those days, interest rate used to be around 18%. Can you imagine? No. Then 10 years down the line, it became 14%. Okay. And then 2010, and it became around 10%. Look at this. And 2020, it is now 6%. Now you tell me, even if I say it's a fixed income security, fixed income product, interest rate has been changing and declining. Declining is a word that you should accept it. Do not resist with this. In Europe, interest rate is 1%, 1.5%. America, 0.5%. Japan, 0.05%, 0.10%. Sometimes even 0% you can say. Real return is negative. Nominal could be 10 paisa or 5 paisa. It says that if you're aspiring to grow in the world, if you become from poor country to developing country and from developing country to developed country, then interest rate will come down. Simple. Yes. So if you're aspiring, so this is the catch, no? If you're aspiring to be developed economy tomorrow, big economy tomorrow, then you have to make your capital cheaper. That means interest rate will come down. That's what I'm telling you. This is my life. You ask my question, this is my life cycle. No, this is the way we have grown up. No, and you will have a different trajectory of interest rate. Let me tell you, so I gave you 5%. I believe now you are not upset. Some of you could be, say, let us say 4% also. Yeah, could be possible. Just to keep you happy here, I'm writing 4%. Other I would have written 3.5%. So 5%. Okay. Now, if interest rate gives you 5% and bank, then anything which is called other fixed income security, where you get some little more element of risk, let us say bonds and debentures, no, in market. So it should give you 1%. Yeah, now I am unmuted. I believe you are now able to listen to me. So I have kept some other fixed income security, which is a bond and debenture. And I will not go much into details of bond and debenture today, because today's class is very, very concise. So let us say 6%. You will say, shall we go to mutual fund? Because many of you wrote mutual fund. So mutual fund will have also some kind of balanced fund. So I write here balanced fund. And there you say, sir, let us make it 8%. Because some element of equity is there. And equity, you mean it's a risky asset. Risk means uncertain asset. Uncertain means volatility is there. Volatility means sensitivity is there. So all these words are simple words. Some other day we'll discuss all these words. But one thing you can say is that if there's a risk, there is most likely that it will make some extra return. So you say, if I'm so buoyant like this, let me go into equity. And equity, let us say 10%. No, and you can say, yeah, now it looks like that if I am able to invest in different kind of asset class, so I believe you are able to see it, no? I am doing some element of, no, it should be, it's a finance, no? Finance should be made little beautiful. So I have kept different kind of color combination here. So these kind of return you should get it. Now, what you will make out here? No, let us do this. So I will do this function for you, and I will do this function for you, And I will select this rate here. And here it's a 30 years, so I will 30 year for everybody. Assuming 30 year for everybody, we'll do this. And this is fixed for you. So I will do the 2 lakh rupees. So let me put here. If you want to, I will put it here, little change here, so that I can block it here. Why? Because some of you may say that I want to invest some more big amount, and you got the answer now. And let me put it. So you can see different amount here. No, you can see it's a 8 lakh rupees, 8,64,000 rupees. No, it will come in dollar, no problem. Anyway, today we are off, and I can come in rupee. That's a different issue. And if I change the interest rate, no, 5, 6, 8, and 10. Can you see this? This amount remains the same. Time remains the same. Getting my point? Time remains the same. Okay. And your destination of investments are different, and you said this interest, fine, we will change it also, and ultimately you have to retire because you said you have to retire. And look at the amount, the difference. Look at the difference. Why I mean to say compounding, what it means, I will show you. So 8 lakh, 11 lakh, 20 lakh, 34 lakh. Why should people understand the concept of equity balance fund? Because it takes you to a little higher orbit of risk and also higher orbit of return. And when I say higher orbit of return, it is not that it's a normal orbit, it's normal difference. It's a great difference. No, it's a great difference. You can see this. This is a great difference. No, you can see this is a big amount. Now, if you say, if I would have made it 4%, no, 4%, it is 8,64,000 rupees. 1% difference can make a huge change. 8.64 lakhs become 6.48 lakhs. No, and if I make it 11%, look at this 34 lakh rupees, this becomes 45 lakh rupees. 1% gives you an element of something 30% return over and above. See why I said it. When I say 10%, it is 34 lakh rupees. When I am making it 11%, you are adding another 11 lakh rupees. So 11 lakh rupees at the back of 34 lakh rupees, roughly 30% depreciation. See, a person who has got a brain of Birbal, no, you know Birbal and Tenali Rama, they will tell you, sir, not 1%, not this 1%, I will give you extra return of 30%, 35%. How? Because 10% means roughly around 34 lakh and 11% means roughly around 45 lakh rupees. If I put it 12%, it becomes almost 60 lakh rupees. Look at, you're adding roughly 30% return with the simple 1% change. Even a small amount can turn out to a big amount. No. So whether you have a 1 lakh rupees, this is 1 lakh rupees, no, this is 1 lakh rupees, and you have this kind of return. Suppose somebody's got 5 lakh rupees. Now I will tell you why I'm saying 5 lakh rupees. Oh my God, it becomes too big. No, it becomes too big. It's 1,49 lakh rupees. Yes. One of my friend, no, he was asking his children, no, that on his marriage, what is the plan outlay for expenditure plan outlay, no, how much they are going to do. So he asked my opinion. I said, you please save 5 lakh rupees from your marriage expense. 5 lakh rupees. Normally you will find in the days of, in the night of marriage, no, people will spend everything that they have in their house. Firecrackers, everything, no, so much of decorations, and for one night. No. People like me who are into finance, they are tasteless person, insipid person. They do not have much of taste in the life. They will tell you, sir, please save 5 lakh rupees right now. Put into some kind of equity schemes. Let us say equity schemes give you 10% for the next 30 years. And that amount normally becomes 1 crore rupees. So this 1 crore rupees will take care of your entire retirement after that. So marriage with retirement, done. No. If you come with me, you will get marriage with retirement. This is a composite plan that I am selling to you. What I mean to say is that the power of compounding and the inflation are the two requirements for you to understand why this finance, why this mutual fund, why this equity, why this debt, and debt are of different nature, different variation. So why this all are required? It is required for all of us. If we do not save today, we will have a tough time in meeting these kind of lifestyle expenses. No, I can enlarge this amount now. You will make a sense with this now. So those who have not been able to make a good saving out here, and they can feel the pinch when they retire at this point of time without money. Because when you are a 60-year-old, you will not have so much of money, so much of power. Oh, you can have a lot of money, so much of power that you can earn this kind of money. Very difficult, because you become weak, no? At the age passes after 60, 65, normally we become immobile. Earlier we used to have this and gai ka doodh, bhais ka doodh and all. Now today we have Amul doodh. So I do not know how much calcium it has got, and bones and all fine. So what you can say? You can't do anything. I believe these two parts are now okay. Now I will go into one more part, and then I will show you some picture that I have brought through the PPT. Fine. I still have some 30 minutes. Okay. Till 3 o'clock, I believe you have. No, you can always interrupt me. I'm not able to see your chat box right now. Let me.
Yes, sir. It is till 3, sir.
Till 3, no. Fine. So, or you can always ask me if you want to interrupt me anywhere. You are free to do that. Fine. So you can always ask me interrupting. No issue. I will not. It will not break my rhythm. Fine. Okay. So any question that you have, you can always ask me. Fine. You can ask me. Anybody. There are a lot of students over here. Anybody can ask this question. I know your generation of people are, no, they are quite talkative, unlike our generation. Our generation was not so talkative. We were a little dumb kind of, but your generation is quite interactive. So, but utilize it for the right purpose. That is a more useful, little more discipline is required over there. Fine. Word of caution. Now, next point is that you will say, oh my God, you said 5 lakh rupees to get this kind of amount. I do not have 5 lakh rupees. No, I am not born with silver spoon. Normally we say, no, हमारे पास इतना बड़ा पैसा नहीं है. So no problem. I will show you here 2 demonstrations. Just be very careful. 2 demonstrations. If you do not have this money, then you should have also no problem. Why? Because then you will feel the urge of saving. Then you will feel the urge of your saving. Let us say if somebody saves merely 2,000 rupees, and I will say here per month. No, in bank you will say it is a RD. No, in bank you will say this is RD, recurring deposit. In bank you will say it is a RD. No, so I will write here in O. So it is. In bank you will say it's a RD. No, recurring deposit. In mutual fund you will say it is a SIP, systematic investment plan. So no difference. In bank or post office, you will say it's a RD, recurring deposit. In mutual fund or even in the stock market, nowadays people are buying periodically, systematic investment plan. So you buy on the same day with some kind of averaging. Why? Because it gives you rupee cost averaging. So there are 2 concepts. I will not go into details of the concepts, but there are 2 things that you should understand. To be a successful investor in life, you should understand 2 concepts: rupee cost averaging and value averaging. Now, based on my experience, I will tell you, most of the investor, to the extent of, I will say 99.5% investor, are not aware of rupee cost averaging and value averaging. What it means? That they are never assured about their trajectory of investment, whether they are doing right or wrong. So it will always ask a question to them. Oh my God, kuch to galat ho raha hai. And kuch to galat ho raha hai. The moment you have a doubt, your train will leave you. As simple as that. So some small element of concepts are required. These will take your, say, 4, 5 hours, 6 hours. That's all, not more than that. So this you can learn any point of time in your life. Not required that you learn now. Learn after 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, but small concepts. So that is what it facilitates your method of entry, how much, when, and how long and all. So these examples are there. So you say RD, you say SIP. This is also per month. No, this is also per month. And you say here again, I invest 2,000 rupees per month. And for how many years? You say 30 years and multiplied by that 12 months. Oh, 30 years, you said multiplied by 12 months. Fine. And then you said in there you said 5% in bank RD, and mutual fund will say, okay, you are taking risk, so let us bring it to 10%. This is for merely calculation purpose, and we will change it as you tell me. Fine. And look at the value that you are going to have. No, look at the value. So no, I have to change this value. This is on the one time. So I'm changing this. So I will make out the future value. You can say this. So this is based upon 5%. I will put it like this, 5%. And time is 30 year multiplied by 12, because every month you are paying me. Every month you are paying me. So on every instrument, I will give you interest. Fine. And you say that I will invest only 2,000 rupees. And you got, oh my God, what happened? I made some mistake. It should have been much bigger amount. No, let me do this again. So let me do this again. So this is a 5%. Fine, 5. And then, oh, yes, I understood. This is not 5%. This is 5. Yes, 5% and divided by 12. Yeah. And then you said 30 years you will invest. So 30 years you will invest. And how much per month you will invest? You said 2,000 rupees per month I will invest. And so the amount, can you imagine this amount? 16 lakh rupees. No. And if I do this again, because I didn't cut it, didn't I put the formula over there? So I will have to do this again. So I am doing it here 10%. Let me do this way. No, this is better. Let me do this way. I can cut and paste. That makes it easier for me to do the things. No. And now this is no. And so I will do this. Control C and Control V. Now this is fine. Now look at here. So if you do 2,000 rupees per month of investment for 30 years, and every month 10% makes it 45 lakh rupees. You will say, let us say 11%, 12%. No, you make it 3,000 rupees. 1 crore rupiah. No, you make it 3,000 rupees. 24 lakh rupees. Let us say put 5.5%, not more than that. No. So even if you do per month investment, no, something like this. So if you do not have this kind of money at this point of time, no problem. You can always invest per month. No, you can always invest per month. So what we say is that, whether you have a one-time investment, or whether you have a per month investment, no, multiple periodic investment, what we call RD and SIP. So that makes it beautiful. No, that makes it beautiful. So that makes it beautiful. This also I should make it beautiful. No, artist will appreciate it more. Fine. So you can do one-time investment to make big amount. You can make small investment per month to make it big. Ultimately, if you have this kind of money, this will take care of your lifestyle, and that is what is called retirement planning. So to sum everything now, whatever I said so far, and then I will throw up a question to you, and then I will show you a few more things. Right? I said in the beginning that there are 3 things, rather there are 4 things that is required for you. I'm making a summary of all the things that I've said so far in last 38 minutes. 4 things. First is that you have to earn. That's the income. You have to save first. After income, saving comes. You check in your family, in your houses, with your parents, and they will say, no, Baba, we have spent first and then save. And that is the reason why they are not able to save. Because expenses are all because it's an impulsive behavior. Because you purchased yesterday one yellow colored shirt, so I will also purchase today one yellow colored shirt. Correct? Since you have a one iPhone of 75,000 rupees, I also decide to buy one iPhone. So if you spent before saving, then all money gone. So after income, first is savings and then expenditure. Once you save, then you have to invest. So where to invest? And you gave me all those ABCD options. So income, savings, expenses, and that saving will turn into investment. That's the one part. Why to invest? Two reasons I told you. One reason is that inflation. That's a big nemesis for everybody, for your generation and for our generation, everybody. Entire world, you have inflation. And second, the greed of that's earning more and more money. That's the power of compounding. Power of compounding. No. Can you imagine? I will tell you one more thing out here. This was 1 crore rupees in 30 years, no? This was 1 crore rupees in 30 years, no? Let me do one small thing here. I will say, if you do 5 more years of savings in the same format, 30 year will become 35 year. Okay, no problem. Can you imagine how much money you have invested? 3,000 rupees per month, so 36,000 rupees per year. So in 5 years, you are paying 1,80,000 rupees. 1 month, 3,000 rupees you invested. So in a year, you invested 36,000 rupees, simple. And in 5 years, you will give me extra 1.8 lakh rupees. 36,000 multiplied by 5. 1.8 lakh rupees. Simple. But can you imagine this amount will turn out to be, no, from 1 crore 4 lakh to 1 crore 92 lakh. Power of compounding. Change of 1%, miraculous. Change of some small time period, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year. You are adding peanut, you are investing still now 3,000 rupees. But your money is earning. That is called power of compounding. Chakravarti Vyaj. I don't know how many of you are studying in Hindi, all these terms. But in our days, we used to study and a Samanya Vyaj, Chakravarti Vyaj. So this 30 to 35 year, I made it 35 year, and this amount became almost 2 crore. No, if I do it, I will make it 30 year now. And you can see it here. I'm demonstrating this for your convenience. No, must learn Excel. You know why people do not learn Excel? Because it comes free of cost. Yes, when you buy computer, you will ask somebody, your friend, oh, please bring that free wala MS Excel, no? Because it comes with free, no? So people do not appreciate. In function, you have entire engineering and everything is here. You can see here. There are 256 functions, mathematical calculation out here. 256. Do not require to touch anything out of this. Fine. So practice. This is a skill. We say it's a life skill. If you learn Excel, you are none to the others. No matter whether your background is of history or physics or science. Fine. No matter. Doesn't matter at all. So I said the two things, power of compounding and the inflation. Okay. Now you will say, okay, I have to save and I have a reason to save. Then comes the question, where to save. So that area is quite big and we have only now 17 minutes. Fine. So I will be doing some element of here. I will show you and let me share the presentation here. Let me share the presentation here. That presentation is before you. I trust you can see the presentation from the you can see the presentation and my calculation part is okay, not done. If you have any question or any kind of calculation you want to say that, please demonstrate for me. No, so I can do that also for you, provided time permits me. So let me show you some element of where to save. I attempted two things. Why should I save? How should I save? One time SIP, and how should I save? Now comes the where to save. No, so where to save. So I will discuss here little bit, not much, because it's a very big subject, very, very big subject. No, and it takes a lot of time to come. No, actually, so fine. So these all Praveen sir has shown you, and not to go back to these economic crisis, then health crisis, which is what, and ultimately in life is never in symmetrical line. It's not linear. It will not go in a linear manner, and there always abruption. So any case it is there. So in mutual fund, when you come to the non-fixed income zone, then you should be careful to invest because that comes with a rider. Rider is that it comes with an element of risk. That risk is called market risk. You must have heard, we always put a word called disclaimer. No, please invest carefully before reading the offer document, like that. Investments in market, investments in mutual funds are subject to the capital market risk, subject to the market risk, like that. So of course there's a risk, but risk can be managed. Risk can be managed. Yes, someone wanted to say something out here. No, okay. So risk can be managed. I don't know why this is not moving. It should have moved. It is not moving from here. Now it is moving. So when you come to the capital market, you can invest in capital market by two ways. One is simple. You open a demat account and buy shares. But that's a simple but extremely risky. One is very simple, that you open a demat account and go and buy shares. It looks simple, but it's very risky. The second part is that you invest through mutual fund, because mutual fund is basically an institution, financial institution, which is where you pool your investment together and they are expert in the market. So they will invest on behalf of you into capital market. Fine. So people normally choose to go into capital market through mutual fund. So mutual fund is investment destination. No. When you go to the mutual fund, then in mutual fund, you have a lots of schemes. There are a lot of schemes in mutual fund. Some schemes are named like open-ended. You can buy anytime and you can sell anytime. Some schemes are called closed-ended. You can buy at some point of time and you can also withdraw at some point of time. You cannot withdraw and buy regularly because it's a close-ended for some point of time. And there is something called interval fund also. So let us leave that apart. Fine. Let us leave that apart. Now, if you see within this open-ended, closed-ended, no, you will find a lot of schemes which is mentioned over there. So they could be your equity scheme, they could be your debt scheme, and they could be your balanced, where equity and debt both are mixed. So what I'm showing you right now is all that I've covered. Yeah, something, it will come here. No, something will come here. So you can see, can you see here? No, you can see here. So money markets, short term, this is a debt product. So you go into debt, then you go into long term. This is short term debt and long term debt. And then you go into equity mutual fund. So as the risk goes up, the growth aspect also grows up. No, as the risk goes up, growth aspect also goes up. Fine. So this way you proceed depending upon your risk appetite. And therefore we say one should have some kind of financial planning, which is having also integral part of a risk management. So you have a risk management, goal assessment, financial, investment planning, your insurance planning, your tax planning, your estate planning. No, and then in totality, it is called financial planning. So that's a very bigger area, but ultimately we do all these small things in that a larger scale. Fine. So in mutual fund, when you go, then you do like this. So there, normally people invest in equity, and equity, you can see this is a chart of its index. No, index. I will explain in 2 minutes, in 1 minute, what is called this index. No, I believe you know this. Your generation knows a lot. I believe this. And so index is nothing but it's a symbolic measurement. It's a measurement of a entire available population of stocks. So for example, if I say, how good is your college? I ask you this question, how good is your college? And you will say, my college is too good, sir. I say, how? And then you will say, no, I will not tell you about all the students. I will tell you the top 10% of students in my college get this kind of marks. So that top 10% are basically, and they are the representation of entire population of that school. So similarly, index are nothing but, and say there could be 20 stocks, 30 stocks, 50 stocks from available 3,000, 4,000 stocks in the market. So very popular index is a Sensex. It comprises of 30 stocks. The movement of price of that index, that 30 stocks are taken into consideration, and you can see the way it has gone up. You have lost money, you have made money. You have lost money, you have made money in short run, but ultimately you have made money in long run. Getting the point? If you look at this graph, this is equity, this is Sensex graph, you can see in short term there is a volatility. So you have made money, you have lost money. But in long run, you have made money. So equity is for a long term. Compare this with the other instruments. These are your fixed income or the other debt product. You can find the difference in the return. No. So if you invest in for long term, you can say it looks to be a better graph. If you invest for short term, then this is a little riskier one. No. Now, once you come to the bond looks to be, or debt, bonds, debentures, all these are similarly interchangeably used words. So bond, this will give you a simple return, little stable, linear, and with very least volatility, very least volatility, not much of volatility. So if you are in certain kind of age group, if you are in certain kind of risk appetite group, then you should prefer this kind of instruments. But if you are young, if you can take risk, if you have some spare money which you want to use after some point of time, then you should learn equity. You should learn equity. Why people? I've seen a lot of people, those who say, "Na baba nahi jana hai equity mein." Kyun? Ghata hai, बढ़ता है. Volatility काफी ज़्यादा होती है. So if it is there, then in that case, you have not understood equity. इक्विटी की समझदारी में तकलीफ है. इक्विटी का तो नेचर ही यही है. एक छोटा बच्चा, एक स्मॉल बेबी, 3-year-old baby, now 2-year-old baby, can you think he will speak like you so logically and so rationally? No. If you want to love him or her, then you have to accept the manner they speak. So similarly, equity nature, the nature of equity is volatile. If you have to learn equity, then only you can ride on the equity. So equity has to be learned. So that part I am leaving because it's a very big area that is called fundamental and technical research. So many of you might make career into the finance. Yes, people do change career. I myself have changed career from X to Y. So a lot of people are coming into the finance side. So once you want to learn equity, once you want to learn equity capital market, so you have to learn about stocks, about every stocks. Oh my God. So there you have to understand that fundamental and technical study. We are leaving that portion, and this is about the return of index. We are not going into this or now. Fine. Equity in long run, you can see the return that we are supposed to discuss. Fine. So something on this, this slide should close my portion of discussion. And this is the entire gamut of investment before you. And you can invest into where you get guarantee, fixed income security, your PPF, your PF, your fixed income bonds, your bank FD, your postal department investments. Now it is a bank, of course, or your bonds or your debentures. You can see all these things this side now. These are, but this will give you return very low, stable and linear. But if you want non-guarantees, you have a lot of things. You have equity, you have a gold, you have also market-based debt. Little different than this one. So you should have a little higher income over here because there is some kind of a element of risk is there. And then real estate and ULIP. ULIP should not have been here anyway, but ULIP is there because ULIP also have an element of equity, so some element of uncertainty is there. But ULIP is a insurance to an extent come investment product. Fine. So we discuss insurance in separate program. Fine. ULIP is a product of insurance company. So when we will discuss about insurance, there it will be covered. Fine. So real estate nowadays, physical real estates are of course available that we know. Now also we have a real estate in digital form, REIT, Real Estate Investment Trust. Okay, so you can invest in equity, you can invest in gold and debt and real estate investment. So this way you can make investment, and then you have all kind of mutual funds. So there are n number of schemes in mutual fund that comprise of equity, bond, balanced, and all kind of funds. Right. So this is all put together. I will use two words to complete my program. One word is called portfolio. Means all the investments that you have made in separate, different locations put together shall be called financial portfolio. Fine. And this process of putting the money in different basket will be called diversification. So in totality, I'm summing in 1 minute. In totality, all the words that I have used today were like this. I said savings, expenditure, investments, income, power of compounding, inflation, lifestyle expenses, risk management, portfolio, diversification, mutual fund, pooling of funds, equity, debt, balanced, fixed income securities, and variable income securities. So some around 14 or 15 words, not more than that. That's all. So using these 15, 16 words, I could able to give you this picture that why should you invest? Why should you save? And where and how? That part is very elementary that I could able to cover. Fine. But with a request to use that, spend some time to learn on this. Read newspaper, watch television also, no problem. Watching is not bad. And do not get infected out of that. There's also virus in that television. No. So watch it, but keep it away little away. No, listen. But watch it. You will form a conception about the market, capital market. Do mock trading, do mock writing. No, writing. Writing is a very great method of learning. Fine. So do all these things. Practice this for say 2 months, 3 months. You will feel that you know a lot, and then speak a lot. Wherever you go, you see any uncle and aunt coming to your house, just start speaking over there so that they should leave your house immediately. Yes. No, you should practice. On whom you will practice? So start practice. When you will speak, will make mistake. Okay. All of us are making mistake. I also make mistake. You will also make mistake. No difference. So reading, writing, listening, thinking, no, and meditating. These are the 5 methods of learning. So that is what you should incorporate. And then you will be a fantastic investor in the life. No, great investments and a great way of retiring early and enjoying your life. Thank you. Thank you very much. If you have any question, you can ask.
So students, now the session is open for the question and answers. So if you have any questions, any doubts, any queries, you can come up with the same.
Sir, best mutual fund till date to invest?
Very difficult to say about best. In different time frame, in different scheme zones, lot of schemes, lot of mutual funds are performing a quite good way. So scheme wise, time wise, you will have a different kind of experience. Best will not be appropriate word for it. Praveen sir will tell you something more.
I would also add here, yeah, thank you, Sanat, for excellent presentation. I think your question is very right. In most of the session, people and only ask one question, which is what you have asked, is that what is the best? Tell me the best. I will invest there and forget the rest. So, but good question. I think only thing is that, just like a doctor, when you are getting into financial planning, you have to, just do not believe somebody says that, okay, take this pill and just invest there, or take this pill, or, ailment will go. So आपको क्या करना है कि थोड़ा सा टाइम लगा करके पहले अपनी नीड, अपना ऑब्जेक्टिव, अपना गोल, अपना टाइम होराइजन, अपना रिस्क प्रोफाइल, थोड़ा इन चीजों पे डिस्कस करना है. मुझे कितने पीरियड के लिए करना है, कितना अमाउंट करना है, क्या मेरा, देन यू टेक दैट प्रोडक्ट. And today it is very simple to find out, as during this program, which is purely awareness, we are not supposed to recommend or promote any scheme, any company, anything. Our objective here is to make you understand these concepts. If you need certain other details, of course, I will just actually share my screen. If Sanat can stop your screen, I will just share and give you the details of our contact details also. So you can reach out to us. I'm just sharing my screen a few to give you a glimpse of, it's very important for you to, I think, start thinking on those lines in terms of how are you going to invest in the best schemes and best funds. But for that, you will have to certainly ask few important questions before you. Yeah. So before you jump to the, yeah, I'm just giving you this slide, which is giving details about my number is there, and our team number is there, which you can, sorry, okay, I have gone again back, I think. Anyone who has this question about how to invest or where to invest, on that front, I would recommend that please do note down, take down this My Finance Diary also, write down your goals, write down your time period for which you want to invest. And then, of course, you can, of course, do a direct, you can directly go online buy, or you can go to a bank advisor or take our help also in finding out. But that will be an individual thing, in terms of your own requirement. It cannot be a generic thing that which we can advise on this platform. Any other question, please?
Any other question? Students, any other question?
Sir, should we trust apps like Paytm Money to invest?
Again, this is something where there are multiple apps which are there. Again, while we could give you a general guidance in terms of digital apps. Now, you would have read about Reserve Bank issuing some restrictions on the lending apps. There are multiple investing apps. It is up to you. If you have that level of understanding and knowledge, there is no harm investing into any of those apps. But if you feel that there is still some gap in your learning and understanding, it is always best to first do your study research, and then you directly you can go to the mutual fund or directly you can go to any app also and invest. But point is that do not just always look for the price or the cost of purchase. Initially you may be paying some higher cost for buying that through an advisor or through anything else. But the point is that you have to go that learning curve and then take a call. If there are 20 apps which are there, you named one. We would not tell you which one is good, which one is bad. It is again up to you to decide which one you find. One is that ease of navigation and user friendliness, but second is in terms of the advice, third is in terms of what it is giving you options. So many a time, just like an individual advisor or a banker or anyone would advise you 10 things, 5 things, but then you have to be educated enough to decide what is good for me and which platform should I use. So again, you would say that again, I'm putting the ball in your court, but that is the right thing to do, that you decide which platform should I use depending upon my level of, by just today's interaction. While I'm happy that you have raised these questions and you are actually interested, but you will have to take this call on your own after understanding it.
Okay. Any other question? Any other student?
So, what do you think about cryptocurrency?
Please come again. Sorry.
What do you think about cryptocurrency? Should we invest in that, like Bitcoin?
Yeah. So again, that's a very, very good question, and I was expecting that coming from a IT, institute. These days, the way cryptocurrency has, moved, multiplied from 5,000 to 40,000. The kind of move it has given, multiplied your money so many times. Everybody is interested in that. But again, so far, because there is no regulatory body for it, you may invest into it. People have made money, also lost money earlier. So the point is that what is your level of risk appetite? कितना आप risk ले सकते हो, उस पर depend करता है. There is nothing wrong today in investing in Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been the most I think known cryptocurrency which has been in circulation. There is no legal bar on it with the recent regulation. But again, the point is, again, it's specific to the investor how much understanding he or she has and how much risk he or she is willing to take. Because the only thing which we recommend in the program which we are currently doing webinar is that we recommend that you should only invest in asset classes which are coming under any of the regulatory bodies. So आज इंडिया में मेनली 4 रेगुलेटरी बॉडी अगर हम बात करें तो एसेट क्लास में रिजर्व बैंक बैंकिंग के लिए है, आपको इंश्योरेंस के लिए IRDA है, कैपिटल मार्केट्स के लिए एंड कमोडिटीज के लिए सेबी है, एंड फॉर पेंशन स्कीम्स या एनपीएस के लिए आपका PFRDA है. तो क्या होता है, यू हैव सपोज गॉड फॉरबिड एनीबडी मेक्स puts you into a trap, you get into a fraud scheme, fraud company, you have a recourse to one level of regulatory body which is forming the rules. यहाँ पर क्या है कि क्रिप्टो करेंसी में there is nobody, you don't know who's framing the rules, who is buying, who is selling, nobody knows it actually. So that is what is the issue, and which is why I again leave it to you to decide depending on your risk. Yeah.
All right. So, sir, I think we shall rest the session here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, sir. So I'll just take the opportunity to thank you, Praveen sir and Sanat sir, for being with us today. And I'm very sure that everyone must have realized the importance of being financially aware and aware about the investment options. If I talk about myself also personally, I used to be very, very uncertain about where to invest, how to invest, because I am an HR person. I'm not at all a financial person. So I used to be fumbling around, roaming around to seek help from some people that they can help me out with the investment options. But I think after this session, the condition is quite better in my case. So, and one thing I've definitely understood through Sanat's session, that after income, saving and investment comes before expenditure. So after income, we should not only think about spending it, but before that, we should think about saving it and investing it. So thank you so much. And again, Praveen sir and Sanat sir, thank you so much for sparing this much of time for us and being with us. And I hope to have such association with you all in future also.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much to all of you. We look forward to seeing more sessions, Dr. Malvika. It was a pleasure
Definitely,
interacting with
sir.
all of you. Thank you. All the best.
Same here, sir. Thank you, sir.